My name's Isaac, better known as IzzyTheBricky. This week I went back to the mansion build to smash up some more of my work. I also built a bow window for the first time, and I spoke about gaining confidence as a bricklayer. You guys are watching the next instalment of IzzyTheBricky Weekly. New week, new haircut, but still no drill. Monday morning and we are back on the new big extension. Today we're going to be mixing up a good few tons of ballast. Below our DPC level, we've used concrete blocks on the internal skin. We've got a 100mm cavity, and then we have our external blockwork and face brickwork. This has left us with quite a large air gap where the cavity now is. So what we're doing, we're filling that with concrete 225mm lower than our beam level. This just ensures that everything is concreted together and it's a nice solid unit below ground. It's also quite good practice and it's an NHBC standard. So we have quite a busy day mixing a load of concrete, filling the cavity, and then we're going to angle the concrete at a 45-degree angle facing the brickwork, and this ensures that any moisture that does get in, the remainder of that airspace and the cavity slopes towards the face brickwork and slowly exits the building. Sorted. All done. Where's my shovel? Finished off concreting this long side here. We've been putting a slight angle on the concrete just like that, so any moisture that does come into the cavity goes towards the external wall. I think in total I did about 22 mixers. Anyway, right now we are going to set out our wet course. All this is one course of block that goes around the entire perimeter. All this allows us to do is put our DPM up and onto that one quarter block, and it creates a totally tanked system so no moisture can come up. So I'll show you that later on in the build. Right now we're going to get some blocks out. While doing all of my external brickwork, I decided to throw ties out at our top of beam level. If I didn't do this, we would have had way over 450mm worth of masonry without ties. So I figured if I throw them out at our top of beam level, it will just secure our wet course to our external brickwork. Now, a lot of the masonry below this has just been concreted. So in theory, that's a tie in itself. The more ties, the merrier. Tomorrow, I'm heading to the mansion build to wrap up a few things, since there isn't too much for me to do here until all of my squint bricks are made, and they should be ready by Wednesday. Tuesday morning, and we are back on the mansion build. I'm going to give you a little tour around and see what's been done since I was last here. It looks like the lads have been proper busy here. They finished off the big wall downstairs, what Drew was meant to finish. They did a load of internal work, and where we had a timber floor previously, they've pulled all of that up because the floor joists and the floorboards were all rotten, and they've stoned that up, those 20 ton of stone in there, and they have started work on the back. So today I'm going to finish off, I imagine, all of these windows, finish off this window here, and a few more bits and bobs before we head over and hopefully go see our squint bricks getting made. So look. Oh, that looks mint, that does. Yeah. So oh, it cuts cuts full depth as well. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, that is. You just keep going on. Well, you know, like with all the alterations being made, if you can use something to speed you up like that rather than a grinder or a still saw. 1200 for that. Yeah. The work you've just seen me doing, I've moved a door over. Now, those who've been watching my videos for a while, Christmas time, I already moved this door while I was building this back of the arse. Well, I've just had a phone call regarding this door. So initially on the drawings, I'll throw it up now, the door was meant to be over there. I was told to put it here. And I've just had another phone call to say want it slightly smaller now. So it's 1500 at the moment. They want the opening to be 1 metre now. So like I said, these things always kind of happen on extensions. Things are constantly changing, drawings always changing. So you just kind of got to work with the cards you're dealt sometimes, but it doesn't matter. Solutions, no problems. We'll get it toothed out and then we'll crack on. Twice, maybe 3 times I moved it. It was 1500, then 1 metre, then 900, then I had to shift it over, and we've finally moved it for hopefully the last time. Behind me, the foreman is raking out all of the lintels for the rest of the windows. They're all getting moved over, so there's going to be a lot of grinding out and a lot of toothing out today. Hopefully all these alterations will be the last. Well, as you can see behind me, pure chaos. Not too much filming going on today just because I have so much to do and very little time to do it. I've just had a phone call from the person cutting all of our squint bricks. He needed 8 more blues and 8 more Cassandras or whatever they are. So I've just quickly dropped them off for him. And then we're going to hopefully pick some of them up tomorrow and get him paid up. But yeah, not too much filming going on because I'm just busy, and yeah, just need to get stuck in, destroying my work. Wednesday morning, and we have got all of our cut bricks in the back of the van. It took about an hour and a half to get to the job, so I drove very slowly, and I had a very heavy van. Right now we're going to get all of these round the back, and then we're going to start building up the bay. It was a bit of a trek round there, so catch up with you guys in a little bit. Right, here we go. It is 11:15, We've got all the squints round. We've organised the entire job just so everything is in a certain order. Loaded out, got a mix on, got a mix out. So right now we're going to blast, well I say blast, we're going to get this bay window in and see how we get going. Lots to do, not much time to do it. So let's crack on. Just gone 1:30. What I'm doing, I'm bringing around the entire bow window, 15 quarters at a time. And as you can see behind me, I have all my squint bricks labelled and organised, so the left hand side and the right hand side are all where they need to be. Every time I put a course on, I either use A1 or A2, and that's how I'm working it. So everything's nice and organised. So yeah, going all right, pretty time consuming, lots of level work, but yeah, we're getting there and it looks pretty tidy. Each section of the bow window has a certain angle, so you can see this was section A, and I've got A1 here, A2 there, and we're just working our way round. So at the moment I'm about to lay D1, which is these bricks here. D1 is at the bottom, and if I lay it correctly, it should marry up perfectly. Right then, there we go, it's just gone 4 o'clock. Been pointing up, but all the blues and reds are still absolutely soaking, so I'm going to cover everything up with some DPM. That'll make sure it's still wet enough for me to point tomorrow morning. Overall, it's not been too bad of a day, for saying I started at 10:30 or 11:30, I forgot what it was now. Yeah, not too bad at all, so I'll finish off the rest of the bow window tomorrow, and then I'll get mixing up some concrete. But yeah, overall, pretty decent day. Not many gloves you can do that with. Ten to 9. and we are fully set out for today. This morning I spent some time cleaning up all of these glues, just going over any missed bits of pointing because they were a bit wet yesterday. Today's job list: we're going to finish off this bow window, then we're going to hop back up onto the block and beam floor, and I've got another 2 ton of concrete to mix up. So it's going to be quite a busy day once again on my own, but luckily for me it's my last day before I go on holiday for a week, so there may not be a video next week, by the way. There we go. So we have finally finished up building our bow window up to the finished floor level on the job, which now means that the entire job is up to our DPC level, or our finished floor level. Building the bow window, all I did, I just found my data marks, which were these angles, and then I just plumbed from there all the way up. So I know I set it out correctly in those first 2 courses. A little bit of background on this: if you guys didn't watch the last video, I found all the angles using the template on the job and then took all the bricks to go get made. So when I picked up the bricks a few days ago, I must admit we spent 400 quid on all the squint bricks, and I was a little bit nervous because I've never made my own squint bricks before, so I was a bit anxious to see how they would actually work out, but luckily everything went really well. There was loads of level work in doing a bow window. Something you need to look out for: your squint bricks, often when they're glued together, they're not perfectly level. They're kind of glued sometimes at an angle, so that can throw you off your level as you come round. So I've actually never built a bay window, a bow window, and I have very, very rarely ever laid squint bricks. When I did my apprenticeship and when I came out of my apprenticeship, I was in a gang of bricklayers, and me and the boss were the money chasers, and we had another bricklayer who did all the detail work like this. So I've actually never built a bay window in my entire life, and a little fun fact: I have actually turned down jobs and extensions recently because they had bay windows in and I didn't know how to do them. I knew this job had a bay window, and I just figured I can't keep shying away from building things I've never built before. Otherwise, how do you learn and how do you gain confidence? So yeah, tackled this and it went all right. 20 apprentices, improvers, or even bricklayers out there, if you lack confidence, on certain aspects of the job, just do it. And if it goes wrong, don't worry about it too much. It's only brickwork. You can take it down and redo it. It might cost you a little bit of money, or it could work out, and then you've learned something new and you've gained that experience and more confidence that you can take forward onto other jobs, and it just makes you a better bricklayer all round. So yeah, don't shy away from things what you're not used to. Up there, we're going to wrestle that mixer up onto the floor and carry on doing all our concreting, what we started Monday down this long wall. So lots of work to do before we break up for our holiday. Right, there we go. That is where we are leaving it for this week. Overall, I'm really happy with what I've been able to achieve on my own. Did all the concreting this week. We also went back to the mansion build and smashed up loads of my work, which was fun. The main focus of this week has been this bow window, which overall I am absolutely thrilled with. Yeah, couldn't be happier. So a job well done, if I don't say so myself. Anyway, next week I'm on holiday. Well, I'm going on holiday Friday, so there may be a video. I've got some old footage of just me bricklaying. If you're interested in just seeing some raw footage, let me know. Anyway, on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you maybe in a couple of weeks. Hopefully Drew's got a better arm.